Okay, so the third card is the blue 12, which talks about the divine monitor and thought adjuster. This is one of the most beautiful and powerful tools that the universe offers. To understand better, let's think about this. We need different mechanisms to experience our life in the different levels. First, we need the mechanisms of our senses. Let's say our eyes is a lot of things going on to process light and to create the images that we see. Then our ear, with all that system of hearing, process the sound energy and gives us, how or the way to listen the material world. Now, in the same way, when we talk, when we taste, when we smell, we process different expressions of our physical material or our touch. We sense the textures and everything. Now, we need another system to actually process the second current of the universe, which is the mental one. And that is our brain. Actually, that is like a device that processes all the ideas, all the information sent by the universe, and we get new concepts. We understand the world as we already said. But in the same way, we need a system, we need a device, a mechanism that processes the third current of the universe, the spiritual one. And here is when the divine monitor comes. Now, through our history, different cultures have given different names to this mechanism. Someone called the third eye, or the spark of God, or the inner guide, or the inner lamp, whatever it is the name. I use divine monitor or thought adjuster because I took it from Urantia book that talks about this, but it is not exactly the name. It is to understand how beautiful this mechanism works within us. When we are between 5 or 6 years old, that mechanism begins to work, and it is independent for each person. It adjusts the understanding of every person, no matter the level of education or race or sex. It doesn't matter. It works with each one of us and make us to understand the truth of our life, the sense that we have as universal beings. It shows with bright light which path we have to take to feel good with ourselves, to achieve things. And it actually creates like a dialogue inside us that when we are aware of that, we may develop ourselves in a beautiful way and experience that spirituality that we need to actually create the whole package of body, mind, and spirit, and feel all that, or feel fulfilled with connection with the universe. Okay. So now, to see the relationship among these cards, I would like to use one of personal example. I had a beautiful childhood, was normal, and everything. But when I reach my adolescence, that is usually when we actually made that shift of consciousness. And that's why a lot of teenagers feel like a little lost and confused, because they are making that transition. So when I reached that part of my life, I saw life in a different way. For the first time, I realized how many injustices and suffering and misery the world has. So I took myself like in a roller coaster ride of depression and confusion. I didn't know what to do in my life, and I was so obsessed to find that happiness outside, all the time searching and getting disappointed with people and with all the journeys that I started, and I couldn't find anything. I felt so down and depressed, always trying to fulfill that something that I didn't know how to fulfill. Fortunately, because I was feeling so confused, I was so immersed in my own world, like I didn't want to face society or reality, and I started to realize that inside myself was this beautiful dialogue, this inner voice that I always said brought no voice, not something that I could hear, but something that was almost writing in my head, new ideas, new concepts. And the first thing that it shows me was, stop searching for happiness outside yourself. When you connect with the essence of who you are, which is the same of the universe, you will feel that connection and that sensation of happiness. And that's what I did. And I realized that I have to actually connect my three currents, the physical, the mental, and the spiritual, in order for me to actually change the direction of what I was doing, of what I was feeling. And my life turned in a very beautiful way. And I now usually use that beautiful tool of the divine monitor to guide my life, to always take the hand of my development. And I understood that happiness is not something that we have to go out and find, but it is our choice. It's our option to feel, to connect, and then go out and face the rest of the things that we have to face in life. Okay? All right, so the last part is the life assignment that helps us to connect the spiritual energy. And it says, give yourself time for an inner communication. It talks about this value of self-knowledge, which is very important. We have to understand this to be able to actually use that mechanism, that spiritual, beautiful, high technology mechanism, which is the divine monitor or thought adjuster. We have to create an inner communication. The spiritual current only comes to us through our understanding. So it is very important to actually create those spaces in our life, or those moments where we are alone with ourselves, when we first create a conversation between ourselves and ourselves. We ask and we try to answer. But because we are alone, we don't feel the pressure of anybody judging or anybody commenting. So we allowed all that monologue, all that self-communication goes first, and we will realize that in certain moment it switches to a dialogue. We will get new information that we are sure it is not ours, but it is from within us, because it's our divine monitor processing that wisdom of the universe through our mind, through our understanding.